Hi and good morning, internets. I am here in my dorm room, obviously. Going to talk about some different things you can do to your gas blowback rifle to change its performance. You might have heard me mention on my video yesterday that you can short stroke your piston. Obviously, this is your bolt carrier. Uh, this is probably not the one you have, but I really like the lightweight one. It's really nice. I haven't managed to install the RA Tech one yet because it's got a little bit different design, so it needs some adjusting, but I'll get around to that later. The RA Tech one, obviously, I got the plastic nozzle. It's very light, very durable still, easily adjust. Just stick it in there, change the FPS. There's a big difference between the weights. I mean, this is the one that it comes with. It's steel, very heavy, very solid. This is an aluminum, so that's definitely going to add some speed to your gun real quick. Other differences between, you might wonder what the differences are between the GMP wocs and the Inokatsus. Well, basically nothing internally. The biggest difference, your recoil springs. So GMP wocs, very, very easy to bend. The Inokatsu is going to be a lot tougher. This is also the Airsoft Surgeon 40% increase one for the WA, which is basically the Inokatsu. And that brings me on to different recoil bolts. So this is what your bolt carrier is actually going to be hitting to inject your spring. So when you install it, it's going to be like this into your buttstock tube. So it's going to recoil. See, this light spring is really easy to recoil. Really good for winter games when it's colder outside and your green gas isn't going to get you as far. Difference between these two, the Airsoft Surgeon one actually has a weight inside of it. I don't know if you can really hear it, but it moves back and forth, and that's also going to increase the recoil, which is a lot of fun. The super light one that GMP has it come with, really good for speed. To short stroke your piston, there's all sorts of different size buffers that you can pick up from GMP. Really easy to install. Just stick them in your buffer tube before your spraying. That's going to be really nice for you. I've got 3 different magazines here I can talk about. The WA magazine, which as you can see has been run through hell and actually has, parts out of it. I've done everything to try to seal this mag and it's a pain in the ass. Even with the GMP seals, no good. Just no good. This is a 5KU magazine, really cheap, 3 of them for $60. You can't get much better price than that for your gas blowback weapon, but obviously the quality is not going to be as great as any of the other magazines. You're still going to need to replace the seals eventually, and I've already had one completely blow out on me. Just go with the GHKs. It may be more expensive than the 5KUs, but a lot less expensive than the WAs, almost by half after they ship. And you know what? Even though you get a few fewer rounds in it, it's so much more durable. I've had this one for 6 months, and I've had no problems with it at all, ever. Last thing I need to talk about, inner barrels. Alright, people are wondering how do you easily increase the FPS of your gun in a gas gun? Well, really simply, just get a precision inner barrel. RA Tech makes a great combination barrel and hop-up units. I prefer actually PDI because they go with 6.01 inner barrels. So the really precisionness of the inner barrel is going to change your FPS a lot. Obviously, the longer and more precise your inner barrel is, that's going to be the biggest combo factor for your gun. Hop-up chambers. Prime has a great new hop-up chamber. They're pretty cheap. You use the standard parts from your original hop-up chamber. They also have ones that are adaptable to AEG barrels, which is really nice if you already have AEG barrels laying around and you want to just use those in your gas blowback weapon. I'm going to stop there and make another video for some internals of the GMP wok and showing you how they've held up over the last, right around a year now that I've had it. So we'll get back to that in a little while.